Big shock. Ipob rejects Tinubu's government. Demands for referendum to exit Nigeria. Big shock. Ipob rejects Tinubu's government. Demand for referendum to exit Nigeria. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. The leadership of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, has fiercely criticized the proponent and supporters of the Igbo Must Go campaign in the southwestern part of Nigeria, calling for a referendum to facilitate the Igbo exit from the region. This response comes amid a proposed protest slated to commence from August 20 to 30, 2024 by certain Yoruba groups demanding the expulsion of Igbo people from the southwest. Ipob's Director of Media and Publicity, Ima Powerful, issued a statement condemning the campaign, pointing out that the Southwest authorities' dismissive attitude towards the campaign was both inappropriate and indicative of underlying support from highly placed individuals within the Lagos State and federal government. The group asserted that the Igbo community, with its historical resilience, would not be intimidated by such threat. Powerful criticized Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, labeling his condemnation of the Igbo Must Go proponent as hypocritical. The statement accused Sanwo-Olu of previously ethnically profiling the Igbo through biased demolition of their businesses, properties, and investment in Lagos. Ipob suggested that these actions implied a tacit endorsement of the anti-Igbo sentiment. In their statement, Ipob reiterated the Igbo community's readiness to leave Nigeria peacefully via a referendum. They emphasized that while the Igbo people would prefer a peaceful and democratic exit to maintain good neighborly relations, they would not shy away from a forced and potentially hostile departure if necessary. The group underscored their determination to exit Nigeria and highlighted the potential long-term hostility that could result from a violent expulsion. Ipob also called for the release of their leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanus, and the organization of a referendum to decide the future of the Igbo people within Nigeria. They accused the ongoing and bad governance protest of being orchestrated by Yoruba and Fulani groups to bait the Igbo into a destructive scenario, a trap which the Igbo have wisely avoided. Despite facing economic hardships, under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, the Igbo chose not to participate in this protest to avoid being targeted. The statement drew parallels between the current threat and the historical context of the Biafran War, 1967 to 1970, warning of the re-emergence of existential threat from both western and northern regions of Nigeria. Ipob urged the Igbo living in these regions to consider returning home swiftly and called on the international community, including the United Nations (UN), European Union (EU), and African Union (AU) to recognize and respond to the dangers faced by the Igbo people. In a closing appeal, Ipob reiterated their resolve to pursue the restoration of Biafra, stating that attempts to silence their call for a referendum were tantamount to supporting genocide against the Igbo. They dismissed the effectiveness of calls for the arrest of Igbo Must Go campaigners, claiming these individuals were mere instruments of higher powers within the Yoruba and Nigerian government. Instead, Ipob suggested that efforts should be focused on securing the release of Nnamdi and settling in a Biafran